Everything that you're looking at, they're all tied in together. Every part, as crazy as it seems, as outrageous as it seems, it all ties in, every bit of it.
I'm like, well, how is she making all this money? Oh, because she owns it and because of syndication?
Diddy's recent legal troubles have cast a glaring spotlight on the entertainment industry. And if you've been following the buzz, you know it's about more than just him. Leaked details from one of Diddy's infamous parties have sparked controversy, with a guest list that's sending shockwaves through Hollywood. Among the attendees? None other than Oprah Winfrey and Steve Harvey. Yes, the same Oprah who's built a legacy on her wholesome, empowering brand, and the same Steve Harvey, beloved as America's favorite TV host.
Just incredible. And, it brings into context our whole system of innocent until proven guilty. Why is he not being given bond? And, we could debate that all day long. Of all people that's unlikely to flee or get away, well, he's got the resources to flee, but he's so recognizable. And isn't he innocent until proven guilty? Well, yeah, but, we have to recognize there are degrees of innocent until proven guilty.
So what were Oprah and Steve doing at one of Diddy's infamous gatherings? That's the question on everyone's mind. Diddy's parties, often referred to as freak-off events, are legendary, but not for the reasons you might expect. These aren't just lavish displays of luxury and glamour. They're about power. These aren't your typical celebrity get-togethers. They're exclusive, meticulously curated events where Hollywood's elite mingle in an atmosphere that's as secretive as it is influential. But with new leaks coming to light, it seems the shroud of secrecy is beginning to unravel.
Took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs.
Diddy's recent legal troubles have sparked a media frenzy, with allegations swirling and ripples spreading through his celebrity circle, raising questions about those connected to him. Among them are Oprah Winfrey and Steve Harvey, figures who've built their reputations as role models yet find themselves linked to Diddy's infamous parties. Oprah, in particular, has long been admired for her grace under fire, maintaining an untouchable image as the queen of daytime TV and a champion of empowerment. While her ties to Diddy aren't new, they've been seen together at fashion shows, charity events, and even on business ventures. Attending one of his notorious gatherings during such a controversial time raises eyebrows. Why would someone like Oprah, who's always carefully navigated her public image, associate so closely with someone under such intense scrutiny? It's a connection that's hard to ignore.
New at 5, the legal troubles continue for Sean Diddy Combs tonight after a judge ordered the music mogul to pay $100 million to a Michigan man who says that he was sexually assaulted by Combs in '97.
According to court documents, Derek Cardello Smith says Combs drugged and then assaulted him during an after party at a Holiday Inn in Detroit. But Combs never responded to the lawsuit in court.
It's got people asking, is this just Hollywood networking, or is there something deeper at play? Oprah's presence at Diddy's parties could easily be seen as a strategic move. As a media mogul with unmatched influence, she has the power to shape narratives, and her public support, or even her silent endorsement, might be exactly what Diddy needs as he faces a legal battle that could potentially derail his career. Having Oprah in his corner could help him weather the storm, but here's where it gets really intriguing. Oprah's meticulously crafted public image is rooted in transparency and integrity. She spent decades building a persona centered on truth-telling and empowerment, and her influence in the media world is unrivaled. Aligning herself with someone as powerful as Diddy might not just be about helping him. It could also be a way for Oprah to reinforce her own position in Hollywood's ever-shifting landscape. In an industry where alliances can make or break careers, it's hard not to wonder if there's more happening behind the scenes than meets the eye.
Stand-up comedian, entertainer, television host, family man. But most importantly, I happen to be a man of faith.
Steve Harvey's long-standing relationship with Diddy, marked by years of friendship and frequent appearances at his legendary parties, makes his silence amid Diddy's current controversy all the more striking. Known for his straight-talking, no-nonsense persona, Steve has built a brand on offering advice and wisdom as the host of *Family Feud*. the author of Act Like a Success, Think Like a Success and a motivational voice to millions. Yet, in the face of Diddy's legal troubles, Steve has remained unusually quiet. This silence has sparked speculation, with some suggesting it's a strategic move to avoid being seen as endorsing or condoning the serious allegations against Diddy. However, Steve's deep personal connection to Diddy, one that appears to go beyond mere professional ties, raises further questions. Is he simply trying to ride out the storm and hoping Diddy's legal woes will fade, or is there something more happening behind the scenes? The lack of answers only deepens the intrigue.
He said, man, that's tax evasion. You can go to prison.
Steve Harvey's silence might be a sign that he's carefully weighing his options. On one hand, he has his reputation to protect. As a family man, successful entrepreneur, and beloved TV host, the last thing he needs is to be dragged into a scandal that could tarnish his image. On the other hand, his friendship with Diddy may be more significant than it appears. It's possible that Steve is quietly supporting Diddy behind the scenes while keeping a low public profile. After all, Hollywood thrives on alliances, and severing ties with someone as influential as Diddy could come with serious consequences. Additionally, Steve's own public image hasn't always been spotless. From long-standing rumors about tax issues and conflicts with former employees to the controversy surrounding his wife Marjorie and her alleged ties to questionable individuals, Steve is no stranger to scrutiny. Publicly distancing himself from Diddy now might only invite more questions about his own associations. Perhaps his silence is a strategic way to avoid drawing further attention to himself during a time when every move is under the microscope.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So I love my man, but what you mean, but?
Steve Harvey's connection to Diddy runs deeper than friendship. Over the years, they've collaborated on several projects, blurring the lines between business and personal relationships. Steve's regular attendance at Diddy's parties underscores the closeness of their bond, which appears far from superficial. However, with Diddy now facing serious legal troubles, that bond could be tested like never before. Will Steve continue to stand by his longtime friend, or will he eventually have to choose between loyalty and protecting his career? The stakes couldn't be higher. Diddy's legal issues have opened a Pandora's box, sending shockwaves through Hollywood. As more details emerge about his parties and the influential people who attend them, the spotlight is beginning to shift to his inner circle. With prominent names like Oprah and Steve Harvey involved, it's only a matter of time before the public starts demanding answers.
All allegations that have become shockingly familiar against Diddy in recent months as he has faced lawsuit after lawsuit from women and men who have accused him of all manner of bad behavior.
The latest leaks from Diddy's recent party have only fueled the fire, with insiders claiming footage shows some of Hollywood's biggest names in attendance, sparking rumors about what really goes on at these events. While no one has confirmed the specifics, the secrecy surrounding these gatherings has only heightened the intrigue. Are these parties just lavish celebrations, or is something more sinister unfolding behind the scenes? Courtney Burgess, a lesser-known figure recently thrust into the spotlight, has claimed to have seen things at these parties that would shock the public. Connected to Diddy through various business dealings, Burgess has hinted at power dynamics at play that most people aren't aware of. Though his statements have been vague, they've been enough to get people talking, and with new leaks surfacing, it seems Burgess might be holding on to explosive secrets that could rock Hollywood.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes. But
yes.
The shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of.
Burgess's connection to Diddy has raised questions about his role in these events, whether he's just an observer or more deeply involved. Some sources suggest that Burgess has been privy to conversations and interactions that could reveal the true nature of Diddy's parties. With the recent leaks, It's clear that the public is eager for answers. But Burgess has remained tight-lipped about the specifics, leading everyone to speculate about what really happens behind closed doors. The involvement of high-profile figures like Oprah and Steve Harvey only deepens the mystery. While their attendance could be seen as a show of solidarity with Diddy, it also raises questions about their motivations. Are they simply supporting a friend in need, or is there something more at stake? Given that these parties are taking place while Diddy faces serious allegations, some wonder if there's a deeper agenda at play.
Describe yourself as a spiritual medium. What does that mean, a medium?
Médium, eu sou espiritualista.
Oprah, with her vast media empire, has the power to shape narratives in ways few others can. Her presence at Diddy's parties could be a sign of support, but it might also be a strategic move to preserve her influence within Hollywood's elite circles. Oprah's brand is built on her connections, and maintaining a good relationship with someone like Diddy could be crucial for keeping her place at the top. Steve Harvey, on the other hand, seems to be treading carefully. His long-standing friendship with Diddy is well known, but his silence speaks volumes. It's possible that Steve is trying to distance himself from the controversy without completely abandoning his friend. However, as more details emerge, Steve may soon face a difficult choice. Will he continue to stand by Diddy, or will he sever ties to protect his own reputation?
Like haters, when you get haters, you know, people's opinion of you is none of your business. I have lots of haters.
As these questions linger, the world is watching closely. Diddy's legal troubles are far from over, and the fallout is only just beginning. With figures like Oprah and Steve Harvey caught in the crossfire, the stakes couldn't be higher. Their reputations, careers, and legacies are all on the line. As more details come to light, it's becoming clear that this story is far from finished. The leaks from Diddy's party are just the beginning, and as the investigation into his actions continues, more revelations are sure to follow. The public will be keen to see how Hollywood's elite respond. Will they continue to stand by Diddy, or will they begin to distance themselves as the pressure intensifies? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: the world will be watching as this drama unfolds.
That's part of the indictment. That's almost like a blackmail. He was blackmailing people to be in the freak-offs. So that's federal. That could be that's a federal charge. He can't blackmail people to say, yo, listen here, you did it once and you're going to do it again. That ain't going to make it with the government or nobody.
Amidst all the intrigue, the real question is just how deep these connections go. Diddy, Oprah, and Steve Harvey, three powerhouse names, are all seemingly tangled in a whirlwind of scandals, legal battles, and questionable alliances. While their public personas appear polished and untouchable, the undercurrent of controversy surrounding them suggests there's far more to the story than meets the eye. Let's start with Diddy. His legal troubles are escalating, and this isn't just typical tabloid fodder. These are serious allegations, ranging from exploitation to coercion. Add to that the claims that his infamous parties weren't just lavish affairs, but tools used to manipulate and control people in disturbing ways. The lawsuits are piling up, and as more individuals come forward with their stories, it's becoming evident that Diddy's empire is in real jeopardy. The allegations paint a picture of a man who used his vast wealth and influence to create a world where the usual rules didn't apply. While Diddy has denied the claims, the growing number of lawsuits and the severity of the accusations make it increasingly difficult to dismiss.
There has been some updates in the Diddy $100 million default judgment that we reported on earlier this week.
One of the more shocking claims comes from Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a former producer and videographer who worked closely with Diddy. Jones has filed a lawsuit that alleges disturbing behavior, claiming that Diddy's inner circle wasn't just a group of loyal collaborators, but a carefully constructed network designed to serve his every whim and desire. According to Jones, he was not only harassed by Diddy, but also coerced into participating in activities that left him feeling degraded and trapped. In his lawsuit, Jones describes being pressured into facilitating questionable behavior and witnessing events he says he'll never forget. However, the real bombshell in Jones's case is his claim that Diddy's parties weren't merely extravagant affairs for celebrities. They were allegedly used as a way for Diddy to gain leverage over high-profile attendees. Jones asserts that hidden cameras were placed throughout Diddy's properties, recording everything that happened during these events. He claims the footage captured some of Hollywood's biggest names in compromising situations that could easily be used against them if they ever crossed Diddy. If true, this paints a picture of a man not only indulging in a wild lifestyle, but also playing a dangerous game of manipulation and control.
Like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping.
One of the notable names in Jones's lawsuit is Cuba Gooding Jr., the Oscar-winning actor, who Jones claims was involved in some of the questionable activities at Diddy's events. According to Jones, during one of Diddy's infamous yacht parties, Gooding made unwanted advances toward him, leaving him feeling uncomfortable and violated. This allegation adds more fuel to the fire, especially as Gooding has faced his own legal battles recently, with multiple claims of inappropriate conduct. Another surprising mention in the lawsuit is Prince Harry. While not accused of any inappropriate behavior himself, Jones suggests that Diddy used his connections to high-profile figures like Harry to lend credibility to his parties. The lawsuit implies that Diddy's ability to attract celebrities, athletes, and even royalty gave him an aura of untouchability, which may have helped him evade scrutiny for years.
You know, I think in federal court and for these charges, they would say it's routine, but in the public realm, this is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, I mean, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell.
Speaking of high-profile names, Young Miami, the rapper and Diddy's former girlfriend, has also been dragged into the lawsuit. Jones claims that Young Miami wasn't just a guest at these parties, but was allegedly involved in facilitating some of the questionable activities that took place. According to the lawsuit, she was responsible for transporting certain items across state lines for Diddy, raising further questions about the nature of their relationship. While Young Miami has denied any wrongdoing, the repeated mention of her name in connection with these allegations cannot be ignored. The situation becomes even more complicated when the lawsuit expands beyond Diddy's inner circle to include some of the most powerful figures in the music industry, like Universal Music Group CEO Lucian Grange. The lawsuit suggests that Grange, as the head of a major music label, had a responsibility to ensure that the financial resources provided to Diddy weren't being used for anything inappropriate. Jones claims that Grange and UMG turned a blind eye to what was happening, allowing Diddy to continue his behavior unchecked. If true, this could have massive implications for the music industry, raising questions about how much other executives knew about Diddy's alleged activities.
Do you have a shot? I think his attorneys raised some good arguments.
I think they raised good arguments as well. Maybe this will be third time's the charm, because the difference between this bail motion and the prior two is that this one really does get to the heart of what the court was concerned about, which was witness intimidation.
And that brings us to Oprah. As we mentioned earlier, her presence at Diddy's parties has raised significant eyebrows, but her involvement in this story goes far beyond just attending a few events. Oprah's name has surfaced in connection with other powerful figures who faced similar accusations, leading some to question whether she has been protecting or enabling certain individuals behind the scenes. Take, for example, her past friendship with Harvey Weinstein. When the allegations against Weinstein became public, many pointed out that Oprah had been close with him for years. Photos of the two together resurfaced, and people began questioning how much Oprah knew about Weinstein's behavior. Oprah has always maintained that she was unaware of his actions, but the optics were difficult to ignore. Now, with her connection to Diddy coming under scrutiny, it's starting to seem like Oprah's carefully crafted public image might be more complicated than previously thought. Could she have been turning a blind eye to Diddy's behavior in the same way people accused her of doing with Weinstein? It's a tough question, but one that's becoming harder to avoid as more details emerge.
Who claims to work miracles and heal the sick. He calls himself John of God, but there's nothing godly about him.
And let's not forget Oprah's involvement with another controversial figure, Brazilian faith healer João de Deus, or John of God. Oprah famously featured him on her show, calling him a miracle worker and praising his ability to heal people through spiritual means. However, in recent years, John of God has been accused of horrifying acts, with hundreds of women coming forward to claim they were abused under the guise of healing. Oprah has since distanced herself from him, but the fact remains that she once promoted someone now facing serious legal consequences. As people begin to scrutinize her connection to Diddy, it's hard not to see the parallels between these two situations. The question now is whether Oprah's reputation will take a hit from all of this. She's weathered controversies before, but this time could be different. The combination of Diddy's legal troubles and her past associations with other controversial figures might be enough to make even her most loyal supporters start to question her judgment. As more details emerge, Oprah may eventually have to address these issues head-on, something she's managed to avoid in the past.
Let's first say that you shouldn't feel guilty for anything.
Steve Harvey, on the other hand, is dealing with a different set of challenges. While his connection to Diddy mainly stems from their friendship, Steve's own public image has taken some hits in recent years. One ongoing issue is the speculation surrounding his wife, Marjorie Harvey, and her alleged ties to a questionable past. Rumors have persisted for years about Marjorie's previous marriages and her supposed connections to individuals involved in illegal activities. Although Steve has never publicly addressed these rumors in detail, they have followed him, casting a shadow over his seemingly perfect family life. But Steve's troubles don't end there. He's also faced criticism for his business dealings, with some accusing him of being less than transparent in his financial affairs. Whispers of tax issues and allegations that his rise to success may not have been as clean as it appeared have added further complexity to Steve's public persona. So when you combine these personal controversies with his decision to remain silent on Diddy's legal troubles, it starts to look like Steve may be trying to keep a low profile for a reason.
Stop ignoring the red flags in your relationship and thinking you can change a man.
Let's not overlook the role the media plays in all of this. Diddy, Oprah, and Steve Harvey have all been skilled at controlling their narratives, but in today's world, where information spreads faster than ever, it's becoming increasingly difficult for them to keep everything under wraps. The leaks from Diddy's parties, the lawsuits, and the constant stream of rumors are all making it harder for these celebrities to maintain their polished images. As public demand for transparency grows, the pressure is mounting on Diddy, Oprah, and Steve to confront these issues directly. Diddy's legal team has been working overtime to discredit the allegations against him, claiming that they are nothing more than attempts to tarnish his reputation and bring him down. They argue that Diddy has long been a target for those seeking to profit from his name and insist that he'll ultimately be cleared of any wrongdoing. However, as the lawsuits continue to stack up, it's becoming more difficult for Diddy's team to brush off these claims as mere opportunism.
As far as, is he going to turn people in? Is he going to cooperate? If the federal government wants him to cooperate and they're going to cut his time, because right now he's looking at 15 to life. With all the charges he had to, he won't get out till 70 years old. He about 70. That's when they start talking about letting him come to a halfway house.
What about the other celebrities named in these lawsuits? Will they speak out in defense of Diddy, or will they distance themselves to protect their own reputations? So far, most have stayed silent, likely waiting to see how things unfold before making any public statements. But as the pressure builds, It's only a matter of time before some of these high-profile figures will have to address their involvement. Whether it's Cuba Gooding Jr., Young Miami, Oprah, or Steve Harvey, one thing is certain: this story is far from over. The web of connections between Diddy, Oprah, Steve, and the rest of Hollywood's elite is more tangled than anyone could have imagined. As more details emerge, it's becoming clear that this isn't just about one man's legal troubles. It's about a system of power and influence that has been allowed to operate unchecked for far too long.
Well, you got to do your due diligence, and his team should have did the due diligence. And a lot of times, people do slip through the cracks. There's things that you don't see and don't find out until later on. But I mean, when people are making claims like the way people are making claims, you have to do your due diligence to make sure that if you're having that person on your platform, which is a huge platform, that you're putting out the proper and correct news.
So what's next? Will Oprah and Steve stand by Diddy, or will they be forced to distance themselves as the allegations grow more serious? And what about the other powerful figures in Diddy's orbit? Will they face scrutiny for their involvement, or will they manage to stay out of the spotlight? Either way, Hollywood is watching closely, and the fallout from this scandal could be bigger than anyone anticipates. As we await more information, it's clear that the reputations of some of the most powerful people in the entertainment industry are hanging in the balance. Diddy's legal battle might just be the catalyst for a much larger fire, one that could expose the hidden dynamics of power, influence, and control that have long been at play in Hollywood. As the world tunes in to see what happens next, one thing is certain: this is a story that won't be fading away anytime soon.
So Diddy, if you're just joining us here, was just arrested and taken into federal custody in New York tonight. Sources tell TMZ Homeland Security swooped into a Midtown hotel late Monday where Diddy was staying, and they arrested him.
So what do you think? Are Oprah and Steve Harvey truly standing by Diddy, or are they simply caught up in a scandal that's spiraling out of control? Is this the beginning of the end for some of Hollywood's biggest names, or will they manage to weather the storm? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe for the latest updates on this ongoing drama.